to the American Dream TV, where we'll be featuring one of Fort Worth's most iconic gyms. Today, we will have the privilege of digging our roots into the rich history of the iconic Hotel Drover. I'm your host, Melissa Cerna. Today we have our special guest, Craig Cavalier. He's going to explain to us a little bit about the history here at the Fort Worth Stockyards.
So the Fort Worth Stockyards National Historic District roughly comprises of 200 acres of developed property, and it goes back to the 1890s with the Swift and Armour plant, which were large meat processing plants where longhorns, even buffalo, cattle, sheep were all processed here and then shipped east, really to feed the East Coast. So this is where the animals were, and they were shipped east to the east by rail. And in the 60s, when that all came to an end because of the national highway system, so now you could truck animals, you could process them in your local meat market, put them on a truck and go to the East Coast. All of this basically shut down, and what was left were sort of the remnants of the Fort Worth Stockyards that employed over 10,000 people at the time. So it was the largest employer in the state of Texas. The remnants that were left over, there were still some cool bars and a few small hotels and some retail. And we had about 3 million visitors a year that came to the Stockyards. 10 years ago, we were asked to come in and take a look at revitalizing that, develop some of the buildings that had been closed for 40 or 50, 60 years, and then build on some of the undeveloped land that used to be the horse pens and the longhorns and steers, cattle and such. And so we invested $250 million starting in 2017 through about 2020, including the revitalization of the horse and mule barns, which had been in existence over 100 years. So we brought in Lucchese, King Ranch, we brought in Kimes Ranch, Wrangler, Ariat, and all the Western lifestyle brands to join us, and they built really cool specialty stores, which are all now top performers for them. And we also had a dream of doing sort of an iconic Cattle Barons hotel. So what would be the great luxury hotel, the first real luxury hotel in Fort Worth? Wouldn't it be residing in the Fort Worth Stockyards at the end of Mule Alley? And so we partnered up with Marriott and developed our own brand called Hotel Drover. And Drover was the lead of the cattle drives as they used to move from Texas to Kansas City and beyond. And Hotel Drover has now won numerous awards from Condé Nast, Travel and Leisure. We're top performer in the Marriott portfolio of Autograph Collection hotels. And it's really become now a launch pad for us to do more development down here over the next several years. And we have future plans for that as well.
So what do you think it is that draws all of the 9 million visitors out here to these stockyards?
I think there's a lot. First, we have 150 restaurants and retailers, and we have street entertainment. You can get your picture taken on a photo bowl. You can go to a real rodeo, which a lot of people don't get to do. We do those 250 events a year. You can really see professional bull riders, a PBR, which normally tour around the world. This is a residency location for them. So we have PBR on Thursday nights and Sunday nights and different versions of that. Live music, we have live music from Billy Bob's, the world's largest honky-tonk, which is just a quarter mile from here. Live music on the street and all the different bars that we have. So it's live music, it's family friendly, it's super safe. We got lots of restaurants, indoor, outdoor, retail, snow cones, ice cream, and in a petting zoo and horseback riding and everything, all within. And we're 7 minutes from downtown Fort Worth,
right.
12th largest city in the world, and you get this type of engagement and this type of entertainment here. You just don't see that anywhere. No. So it's unique, and it's fun, and it's safe and experiential.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today, Craig. We've really enjoyed it.
Thank you. You got to come out and spend the weekend and see what it's all about.
Absolutely.
All right. Take care.
Thank y'all for joining us today on this episode of The American Dream, Selling Fort Worth. I'm your host, Melissa Cerna.